Hey, what's up, studs? Ryan here, or M&R Productions, and welcome to my spring/summer 2020 LEGO Star Wars rumor video. In this video, I will be telling you everything I know about the upcoming sets for the rest of 2020, essentially, since we probably won't be getting like an October wave, but we'll get more into that later. We're gonna go chronologically on the rumored sets here. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And if you do enjoy this video or learn something new, make sure you leave a like as well. And if you have any input to give to me, you can of course leave it in the comments section below. You know how it is. Anyway, 2020 is a pretty interesting year for LEGO Star Wars. We've got The Rise of Skywalker out, we have The Mandalorian out, completely out, and then we also have coming up in February more Clone Wars TV show episodes coming out on Disney+. So there is a plethora of Star Wars content for LEGO to make sets around, and it is not very clear which piece of content will get the lion's share of LEGO sets here. So from what I can tell, it appears that there could be about 15 to 20 more LEGO Star Wars sets during this calendar year, and that seems to go with what we usually get for LEGO Star Wars, so it kind of makes sense, right? So this is going to be split up into 2 more waves throughout the year from what I can tell as well, and this is something LEGO's been doing recently with LEGO Star Wars, is doing 3 waves within a year. Typically in the past, increasingly becoming the distant past, there were just 2 waves a year, and that was the status quo. But now with the new Star Wars movies coming out every year, or at least what has been new Star Wars movies every year, there have been 3 waves a year, and it seems like even though there's no Star Wars movie coming out in 2020, LEGO's going to continue this tradition of doing 3 waves of LEGO Star Wars sets, which I am not personally against. That's just what they're doing. You can voice your opinion to them somewhere else, not on this video. So obviously we've already had the first wave of sets, the January 2020 wave, which included the Resistance Y-Wing Microfighter, Kylo Ren Shuttle Microfighter, T-16 Skyhopper vs. Bantha, Sith Troopers Battle Pack, Mandalorian Battle Pack, Snowspeeder, Duel on Mustafar, Obi-Wan's Hut, Loose Landspeeder, Sith TIE Fighter, and Poe Dameron's X-Wing. So going into this potential April/May wave, what we'll call the spring wave of LEGO Star Wars sets here, since I'm really unsure whether it's going to release in April or May. It would make more sense if they just released it all on May the 4th with the UCS set, but that is yet to be seen. So set 75274 is the one that we know the least about. All I know about this set is the price and that it's likely going to be $60. Like, that's it. We don't know anything else about this set. I can't imagine it would be what I would hope would be a Razor Crest from The Mandalorian, although it's not impossible for it to be that. I just would think that that set would be a little bit more expensive and a bigger set. So for that set, I have no idea what it could possibly be, but set 75274 is just a blank slate for now, and maybe it's just nothing. Maybe it won't ever be released, because sometimes LEGO does skip set numbers. Don't understand why or how, but it does happen from time to time, so this could be a case like that. Set 75275 may not come out with the previous set I just mentioned or the next 3 sets I'm going to talk about, because it is the direct-to-consumer set. It is almost a lock to be coming out on May 4th or within a couple days of that in 2020. Unfortunately, we know nothing about this set. We only know the set number and that it's a direct-to-consumer set. It could also be a Master Builder Series set. That is also unconfirmed at this time which one it's going to be. We don't have a price. We don't have a piece count. Although as someone who's followed LEGO Star Wars for basically my entire life, and I'm in a very good spot to kind of analyze what's going on, and what I think, in my personal opinion, is that this set is going to be another $200 UCS set. The last few May the 4th UCS sets have been $200 sets. That seems to be the way LEGO has been trending for years now, and that seems to be what they're comfortable with. It's not impossible that this year's set could be $50 more expensive. We've seen sets like the Batmobile at the $250 price point, so I don't think LEGO's scared of doing a $250 LEGO Star Wars UCS set, but typically these are $200 sets. So with that in mind, we have no idea what it's going to be. It could be a UCS Razor Crest, which would be my #1 set to vote for right now. It's very topical, would just make a ton of sense. Could be a UCS Clone Wars set, with the Clone Wars coming out in February. I think given that LEGO has only done original trilogy UCS sets for like the last decade, this is a better time than ever to throw out anything prequel trilogy Clone Wars as a UCS set. So fingers crossed we get something maybe from the sequel trilogy. I really think this is a year LEGO will do some non-original trilogy UCS sets, so we'll have to wait and see, but if you're asking me, this is going to be something not from the original trilogy, and it's going to cost between $200 and $300. Moving on, set 75276 has 647 pieces and will retail for $60. This is something we've known about for a while, but it is a Stormtrooper Helmet Bust, or at least is rumored to be so. And just so I can kind of lump these both in the same conversation, we also have set 75277 at $60 with 625 pieces, rumored to be a Boba Fett Helmet Bust. So both of these, I assume, will be a little bit bigger than both the Darth Vader and Sith Trooper Helmet Bust kind of character things that we got in 2019. They just have a higher piece count and a higher retail price, so I'm assuming they will also be bigger, not just more detailed, but also bigger. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if the box size is the same. I feel like it would be a little bit awkward to have them in boxes bigger than that. Something that doesn't really matter, but anyway, these sets could definitely be really, really awesome. I think this Boba Fett bust kind of mock would definitely be closer to it than the picture of a Stormtrooper helmet that I have. I think this Boba Fett mock is pretty on point to what we could possibly see. It's what I would personally like to see. I just want to put my speculative word in here for a moment, because if it does happen like this, I'll feel bad if I didn't say anything. There's a non-zero chance that this is a Mandalorian bust instead of Boba Fett. As much as I would like Boba Fett, and Boba Fett's awesome, Mandalorian is also very popular, so it would be an easy color swap for them to have made. Anyway, 2 potential LEGO Star Wars busts coming out in the April or May range. And finally, in the April/May wave, spring wave, we have set 75278 at $70 with 519 pieces, and it is rumored to be the buildable Dio character. And Dio, of course, in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, got some screen time, kind of cute, so of course LEGO trying to capitalize on that is making a set of him, and it kind of makes sense because this is going to go well with your R2-D2 and your BB-8 and your Porg buildable characters from years past. So this is just kind of building on that collection. It's something that LEGO's been doing yearly, and I can get behind that, so maybe we'll see more of that in 2021, 2022 with more buildable droid characters like that, or even animals, because they did do the Porg, so I'm all for that. As far as when the pictures for these sets will be revealed, for the spring wave, we can expect that they will be revealed in mid-February at New York Toy Fair. This is what they did last year for the spring wave that came out in April, like the 20th anniversary sets and some other sets, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if during New York Toy Fair they released pictures of these sets. I think that is the most likely potential thing that will happen. Also, LEGO, if you're going to do this and that's going to be the first place, you should totally invite me to New York Toy Fair. That would be awesome. Thank you. So that would be my best guess for when we'll get pictures of those April sets. But as far as the direct-to-consumer UCS/MBS set for 2020 being revealed, we don't really know exactly when that's going to happen. I'm a little bit less sure about this one, although I would guess it would be the first couple weeks of April. If you were asking me my expert opinion, first couple weeks of April is almost a lock for when this set will be revealed. That being said, I went all the way back to 2012 to see when LEGO revealed their May the 4th UCS sets, and going from 2019 to 2012, we have quite a wide range of dates, going from April 12th, April 3rd, March 22nd, February 11th, February 14th, March 8th, February 15th, and March 3rd for the official reveals in their respective years. So it definitely could be anywhere between February and April, but LEGO having done the last 2 years, the first couple weeks of April, that is where my money would be. On top of that, there will probably be a May the 4th exclusive. We don't know if it's going to be a set or a minifigure. And in the last couple years, before 2019, they did some polybags. This year, they actually did a box set. Before that, it was minifigures. I would like to see them return to minifigures in 2020. My minifigure that I would want for May the 4th, 2020 is Darkseid Rey. That is my shoe in the door. That is what I want from LEGO for the May the 4th exclusive this year, assuming it doesn't come in a LEGO set, is Darkseid Rey. So that would be great to get. That's my vote. Darkseid Rey, May the 4th, 2020, exclusive minifigure. Please make it happen. Anyway, moving on, we have an unknown wave of LEGO Star Wars sets. It's kind of like the unknown regions where Palpatine is hanging out. We have about 10 sets that could potentially come out during the summer. This is probably June or August. LEGO Star Wars has, I think, traditionally never come out July 1st. I might be wrong on that. There might have been some waves in like 2007, 2006 that did come out on July 1st. But July 1st is typically not a date that LEGO releases Star Wars stuff. It's usually August 1st or June 1st in America. Anyway, this unknown wave runs from set number 75279 all the way to set number 75288, and then we don't really have anything at 89 or 90, and then set number 75291 is interesting because with some sources, it's actually citing this as a MDP, and I don't know what MDP means. We can obviously guess that maybe it means Mandalorian Disney Plus, right? Maybe that's what this means, but it's very hard to tell exactly what it means because it's just 3 letters, right? Could mean, that's my best guess though. Mandalorian Disney Plus. It's set number 75291. So it's obviously set very far apart. It's like maybe the last set of the year, one that they kind of potentially were like, hey, we need to add this into 2020. We need to get this out this year. And my line of thinking with that, as of now, this is completely conjecture, hearsay. This is like coming out of my mind. This is not a rumor from a source. This is my opinion on what this could be. If MDP means Mandalorian Disney Plus, and my line of thinking that this being the last set number of 2020, meaning that they kind of just threw it in at the end because they needed to get this set out before Christmas 2020. This is going to be released late 2020, and it's going to be a Razor Crest. I think that's what this would be, is a Razor Crest. I can't imagine it being anything else. So obviously let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. I'm just speculating here quite a bit in this video off set numbers like that, but that's just kind of an interesting way to think of it, and I'm interested to see. I'll be looking back on this in about 10 months, I guess, to see if I was right about that. As far as the other set numbers, it's set 75279 to 75288, and that doesn't really tell us a lot. They just are Star Wars sets, and we don't know anything about it. But the exciting thing about it is that there are 10 more sets that could be anything, and that's what's fun. I would assume at least 3 of them would be Episode 9 related, and I am going to do videos with set ideas of both Episode 9 and The Mandalorian, so I would recommend checking those out if you want to know exactly what I would like to see from those movies, but potentially the Night Buzzard from Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. That is the Knight of Ren's ship that you see in that movie. Also, Palpatine's throne room could be interesting. I think LEGO definitely wants to get a Palpatine minifigure out in some form, so that would be an interesting set to see. So those are just a couple possible Episode 9 sets we could see in the summer. As far as The Mandalorian goes, obviously a Razor Crest, but I think that's going to be on that bottom set number that we talked about, 75291. I think that has to some way be attached to the MDP. There could be other Mandalorian sets coming out in summer of 2020 based off Season 1, which I think LEGO has to do. I don't think LEGO can give up the opportunity to recreate some scenes, release a Baby Yoda in a somewhat cheap set that isn't a $120 Razor Crest, and really have a great time with Mandalorian, because obviously all the Star Wars fans, or most Star Wars fans, really love Mandalorian, myself included, and I think they'd be missing a big opportunity here if they didn't release some Mandalorian sets, or at least more than just the Razor Crest. It's also known that Clone Wars is releasing in February, so I would like to see more Clone Wars sets in this summer wave. So we're looking at an ideal layout of something like this. Maybe 3 more Episode 9 sets for the summer wave, a couple Mandalorian sets, so that's 5 of our 10, and then 4 Clone Wars sets, 9 out of 10, and LEGO's gonna have to do an original trilogy set because they just have to. It's like the law or something in Denmark. So that's our 10 sets there. That would be like the distribution that I would be expecting here. But again, these are just set numbers, and we don't know enough about them to make any actual true guesses. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. 2020 is definitely looking to be a really good year for LEGO Star Wars. I have already really enjoyed the January 2020 sets, so I'm definitely excited to see what the rest of the year holds. So again, let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on learning what MDP means. We will find out. Stay tuned. Set 75291. It's gonna be a Razor Crest. It's an instinct, a feeling.